here back for another killing WCW episode dos. Now, I know that I said for yesterday's video we were going to be doing Slamboree? I was wrong. It
Flambery.
was Spring Stampede. Mullins was yelling at me. He should have yelled at me more. he
Yeah.
just wanted me to keep on botching. But man,
I mean,
um,
overall, I feel like it fits the whole aesthetic of WCW 2000 to
wow,
just botch a
I
lot.
hate tournaments now. Like,
Yeah.
between
If
last
I
episode and this
if
episode, I've had enough tournaments. I don't want
if we
to
have to
see another
watch another
tournament.
tournament in WCW, my head's gonna pop.
I don't want to see another tournament done in one day, which is the problem.
Yeah, like stretch it out over a month.
Yeah, this was very soon, very sudden. Um,
And the thing is they didn't show a bracket, so I'm almost certain they didn't know where they were going with this bracket, and they're just like, okay, you know what, we're gonna just throw this out there.
this was a very heel-oriented pay-per-view, of course, for WCW. It was a decent one. I'll say that it was decent. A lot of fast-paced matches. Not all were garbage, I guess. On another note, we had like 12 or 13 matches. Let me read off the matches real quick. In this order, of course. The Mamalukes versus Team Package. Of course, Team Package is Flair and Lex Luger. Who do you think's going to win that one? Oh, wait. You think Flair's going to win that one? You know what? We'll bring in the Ron and Don Harris, everyone's favorite people, who totally are doing a wonderful job in TNA also.
Yeah.
For those people
Backstage security.
who know that. Yeah, backstage security. Flair and Luger do win, LOL. But Vince Russo tries his best to make sure they don't win that match. But we'll get to more. We have a guy named Mancow, who at the time was a Chicago, Illinois radio host
Radio.
or something of that caliber, taking on Jimmy Hart.
Because he told Jimmy Hart that he's a piece of shit and Hogan can do better.
And Jimmy Hart apparently was managing a guy named Hale.
Yeah.
Can't make this up. Of course, you're gonna have the random guy win by just like the ref gets knocked out. Of course he does, because it's pro wrestling. And then Mancow brings out a steel chair and hits Jimmy Hart. And then Jimmy Hart gets like eradicated by like Billy Kidman. So that happens. Yeah. Following that, we have The Wall versus Scott Steiner, in which will end in another great ending. You ready for this? The Wall gets thumbs to the eyes by Big Papa Pump, and he chokeslams the referee through a table. Then another referee, Billy Silverman, comes in and is like, you can't be doing that, and disqualifies The Wall. Even though throughout the entire show we were reminded that the disqualification rules are lax. They're relaxed. They're basically they're not going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. After that, Mike Awesome takes on for some reason it says Ernest the Cat Miller when in
Well,
reality it
he was
Bam
supposed to
Bam.
take on the cat,
Yeah.
but then the cat got attacked backstage by Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah,
So
which
then
I'm
Bam
completely
Bam Bigelow
for.
said, "You know what? I'm gonna
So,
take on Mike Awesome because Mike Awesome had attacked him
yeah.
earlier in the show in an interview."
Yeah, Mike Awesome wins. Yeah. Like I'm
LOL.
looking at like the network and I can see they clearly I guess didn't even watch this because during the broadcast we even had a part where Shane Douglas was like, "I'ma kill you mother effer" to Ric Flair.
Like, and it's
So,
blatant. Like,
and
it's
it's
not like
blatant, yeah.
oh, you can barely hear it. It was very loud.
Yeah, we also had Harlem Heat versus Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell. Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell win. Thanks for trying Harlem Heat. And then the match of the night, in my opinion, was Booker T and Sting. Like that was
Yeah, very much. That
very
that
great.
definitely was the best. It might have not told the best story, but it was the
No.
best as it pertains to in-ring work.
Yeah, Sting getting the win cleanly. No crazy WCW screwy finish. Sting wins.
Which
And
we might not see many of those, so let's appreciate that while we can.
After that, Vampiro takes on Billy Kidman. Vampiro wins simply for the fact that Hulk Hogan comes out, another WCW finish, and beats the crap out of Billy Kidman. Then Hulk Hogan goes backstage, goes to beat up Eric Bischoff. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Security guards go up to Hulk Hogan and point guns at him, and he like falls onto the chair, and then Vince Russo's there with a baseball bat and is like, yeah, cuff him or shoot him or something. And so they cuff Hulk Hogan, and as Hulk Hogan is leaving, getting handcuffed, Terry Funk is like, where's Norman at? And it transitions into the hardcore match.
Yeah, like
Which
literally,
Brian
there's
Knobbs is
no
not a
like
part of.
cutscene.
Yeah. So then Terry Funk goes and fights Norman Smiley backstage throughout most of that match until somehow Terry Funk is able to get the win against Norman Smiley. And yeah,
They fought backstage. The cokes came out of the machine.
yeah, it was crazy. For some weird reason, Terry Funk thought he was gonna try to like squeeze through like a little press where you give the food to the waiters, you know, from the where you're
From the kitchen.
from the kitchen to the waiters and whatnot. So, and cashiers also.
Terry Funk, ladies and gentlemen.
Terry Funk, ladies and gentlemen. And he was like, how old did I say he was? 56?
He was
56.
like 56
Because Flair was 50. Yeah. So, that happened. After that, we have Mike Awesome take on Scott Steiner. Ha ha, Scott Steiner's going to win. So, Vampiro takes on Sting, which was a really good match. And Sting won cleanly, and that was good. So, thumbs up there. Then we have the most thrown together, worst cruiserweight match I have ever seen in my entire life. When people talk about how great WCW cruiserweights were,
when people
by
talk
God,
about
it was
how
not one of
bad
these matches.
this current cruiserweight division is for the WWE,
Mm-hmm.
they want to talk about bad. This was bad.
Most definitely. We had like a thrown together. You come in. We're gonna start off with, Shannon Moore and Shane Helms of 3 Count, 2 Count tonight.
Evan Courageous is not there for some reason. They said that he just wasn't there. I don't know why. But
Yeah, they got to dance around the ring basically, and then it would transition into like all the cruiserweights could go and fight, and it was just a big mess. Crowbar was there, Last Row was there, and a whole lot of people there. The artist, Sunny came back as Tammy.
Chris
She got into
Candido.
a fight with Booker T's wife. In the end, Chris Candido won because of Tammy, and now he's the champ. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Like, it makes about as much sense as you really think it does. Like, you're sitting there thinking, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then we go into Team Package takes on the Revolution. Buff Bagwell and Shane Douglas are champs, which is far better because I never want to see Luger as a tag champ. I just don't. I think that's a weird mix right there. And Flair's way above the tag division. You know. So after that we have Sting and Steiner, which by God that ending was something. Vampiro comes out of the ring, stops Sting. Sting gets busted in the mouth, and Steiner makes him tap out to get the United States title.
Sting underneath the ring.
Yeah, bad guys for life. Especially because the main event is Jeff Jarrett versus DDP, and Jeff Jarrett gets DDP's wife to turn on him.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff almost gets punched right in the mouth by Charles Robinson. So
Swerve City.
that's how we end. All the bad guys have the titles. I'm not gonna disapprove of that because I think that is probably a good decision.
It's kind of like I predicted last night.
It's what you predicted last night. That did not happen at all. But what happened tonight? Oh, well, it happened in 2000. So, but in terms of having all the bad guys win, I think looking at it, good decision. We're not gonna talk about Chris Candido, by the way. We're just gonna talk about titles that
it's good from the point that you're trying to put over these young guys, and you're trying to make it like those guys can still go, the old guys can still go, but you're trying to put it over these young. Now the old guys have to get these titles back from the young guys.
I just really don't like the concept of the new blood and the millionaires
Club
or something. Yeah, I really don't like that concept. because then it splits the company into we're the young guys, even though they got like Shane Douglas there, and then it's like we're the old guys, and it's like some of you aren't even that old. So
Yeah, that's the truth. Like, that's what it eventually like doesn't even become like the original concept. You'll see, and
yeah.
in the coming weeks we're gonna see it, and it's almost weird because then you're seeing some of the youngest guys in the roster just because they're good guys joining the Millionaires Club.
Most definitely. Um, there's really not too much I want to comment on this. I guess I'll kind of just end it off with this for episode 2 of Killing WCW. Jeff Jarrett as WCW champ, I'm going to say was a good thing. I'm a big Jeff Jarrett fan. I think that's a good thing. Douglas holding a title was a good thing. Buff Bagwell should never hold a title above tag team. I mean, I've met the guy in real life. Great guy. But I think just him as, United States or world champ just doesn't fit. Scott Steiner is United States United States champion. Of course, we'll transition him into world champion eventually, which is phenomenal because Steiner's great too. So
Lots of swerves.
Swerves is usual. A little bit of just craziness in the beginning. Little too many short matches, and randomly, like, you should have watched Nitro because we had stuff also thrown in here randomly. So I don't know. Like, we're starting off decent, I'll say. We haven't gotten to the bad part yet of Killing WCW, so we're still decent. Like Monday's episode of Nitro was decent, and then come Sunday at Spring Stampede, it's decent. That's all you can say. It wasn't good, wasn't bad. It was just decent. So
yeah, like it's just there. Like it was a good, I guess you would say, for as it pertains to pay-per-view for the era that they were ushering in. It was a good start.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see you for another episode of Killing WCW, episode 3 tomorrow.